All right, everybody, another day, another dollar, another one of my favorite podcasts because it's my own podcast. Yes, I'm biased. What if it did work? I've got with me Dr. Yaniv Zaid, known to the world as the Doctor of Persuasion, economist and attorney. Dr. Yaniv Zaid acts as a business consultant to government departments, private firms, and public organizations. He holds a PhD in law and utilizes his rich knowledge and experience to help others achieve success. Dr. Zaid is recognized worldwide as an expert in the field of public relation, marketing, sales, negotiation, and persuasion, and placed third in the 2003 World Ranking of Public Speakers. Following 20 years of international success, Dr. Zaid is the author of 11 bestseller books, including Public Speaking, Creative Marketing, and What Everybody Needs, because we are all in sales. Sales Bible, often invited to lecture and consult around the world. And I got the pleasure of having you. You wanted to speak to my podcast, even your publicist. I'm honored to have you, brother. How's it going?
Thank you very much, Omar. It's a privilege to be here. I heard lots of your chapters in your podcast and I loved it. And I love your enthusiasm and energy. So let's have an energetic interview.
I got to ask you, man, since I like what I told you before we started, you're like the Jewish Zig Ziglar. Were you always good in sales? Like, is your family, like your parents, were they masters in sales and negotiations, or was this something that you picked up later on?
It's something I picked up, I guess, later on. My father is a realtor and is let's say self-employed. My mother was a teacher. She was an employee in the Ministry of Education in Israel, and I got lots of tools from them. I picked good tools from both of them, but this line of work, sales, marketing, negotiation, I got through a debate society. I was in the debate society while I was in university. And then I was late bloomer. I always liked to talk, but I wasn't accurate enough. And when I learned the system, how to talk, from the debate society, then I started developing, scripts for marketing, sales, public speaking, and then I started my business.
That's an amazing. I'm a late bloomer too, but I was the opposite. Growing up, I was an introvert. I didn't like speaking. They thought since I was Hispanic that I couldn't speak English, and I was just super shy. My mom is an introvert too. She's still not socially all there, so it was something that I had to work at myself. Now, you're gonna laugh, but here in the United States, there's a lot of people that lie to themselves and say, "Oh, I hate sales. I'm not in sales." Do you hear that there too, or?
Of course, but I think that they mean we can discuss what is the definition of sales, because usually when people say I don't like sales, they mean I don't like be like some salesperson I met and it was very pushy and very annoying or something like that, and I don't want to be that. But there is soft sale and hard sale. Hard sale is when I sell to you, you should buy now, definitely buy now, buy now, buy now. I push you, and then immediately you start the defense. And soft sale is I'm not actually selling to you. I tell you stories and then you buy. Okay, I tell you stories about the product, about myself, about other customers, social proof, etc. We can discuss all those tools and then you buy. So I teach soft sale, and soft sale is very authentic. Everyone should do it according to their personality, what their products, their services. It's not like when you are in a sales call department or something like that, and everyone talks the same language, the same words to clients. So if I hear people say, I don't like sales, usually they had bad experience with some salespersons and they don't want to be like them, but they don't need to be. One of the things I teach is just be authentic, be you, be the best version of you. You don't need to follow anyone else.
A lot of times too, the what ruins sales is people never listen. The salesperson, or
Yeah.
they don't want to hear what the prospect or the client's problems, issues. They just want to either sound intelligent, say how great they are or how the product is, without ever listening. And listening is something that nobody, yeah, if we would listen more, we could sell more.
You're right, and I think that listening, if listening is one of your, it's common to you. or it's one of your personality, then you won't be a salesperson, because usually if you love to listen, you will be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, you know, a mediator. You won't go to sales. So sales immediately is around people that love to talk, you know, sales managers, you know, salesperson, managers, marketing persons, they love to talk. But like you said, against our instinct, we need to, let's say, educate ourselves to listen to clients, because part of selling, especially nowadays, is listening to the clients and then to adapt the message to the target audience, not say the same speech to everyone.
And you're right. There is the soft and the hard sell. And I was a business owner for 20 years, but previous, I've had to work both in a boiler room, which, you know, cold call. Yes, you have to buy now. 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 Selling stocks and bonds and mutual funds. I've had that pressure sell, but I also had to work with the soft sell, which to me, the soft sell, even after I sold my companies, because yes, to be a better communicator, to be a better storyteller. Usually that's the best politicians are the ones that can connect with other people and tell an amazing story that everybody that loves to listen to and they can relate to.
Yeah, think about that since we are born, we hear stories, you know, since we are babies. So stories is a pattern we know. So when you start telling me a story, and it can be a story about you, about your product, about your service, about failures, about success, you know, people also love to hear about failures. There is a line of lectures, especially in high tech. It's called fuck up nights. Fuck up nights is when you go to a pub, you know, you buy beer and French fries or something, and you listen to some entrepreneur telling you about their failures. So, okay, so usually the failure ends with a success. You know, first company, I lost all the money of my investors. Second company, I closed and I got divorced. And third, my third company is Facebook, you know, or LinkedIn or something like that. But there is a twist. But usually you hear failure, and then success. But again, people love to hear about failures, for example, about success, about special experience, about behind the scenes with other clients. You know, your activity with other clients. So if you tell me a story, then I will buy from you, because through the story I got so many messages, positive messages about you and your product, so you don't need to push anymore.
Now, also, it humanizes you.
Yeah.
Because every great speech, whenever you go to a conference, because you have two people, those are, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. They will never connect. But if you have that story, what you said, you know, here I was, I thought I was amazing, and then I failed. I lost my business. I thought I lost everything. Everybody loves to hear a comeback because they picture themselves. We all fail. We all fall. You know,
Yeah.
every amazing story, whether it's in the Bible or whether any story, every good book has obstacles. Every
Yeah.
good every good person that you connect with has an amazing story that we can all relate to because we see ourselves. We want to be that hero one day.
Yeah. I call it be Batman and not Superman, you know, because for example, people love the resurrection, you know, the fall and then come back, they rise again and then fall again and rise again. Actually, by the way, you need to be authentic, and you need to tell about your life. So if your life were good and great, not many falls, not bankruptcy, not something like that, you don't need to tell stories just because it's good, you know. Just be authentic. There are people who live regular life, you know, it's not always great, but you know, they don't have some stories that about an accident or a medical issue, something like that. Just be yourself, but be Batman, not Superman, meaning that both Batman and Superman, they are superheroes, right? And they both look like a human being, but Superman is not actually a human being. He came from a different planet. So if Superman will, deliver a speech or deliver a workshop about how to fly, and I will sit in the first row. You know, I bought a VIP ticket. I sit in the first row and I write everything. I listen to everything. And he actually explains to me, you know, you need to go to the highest building, go to the roof, check the wind, you know, do this, do that. I will do exactly what he said. I will fall because I'm not a superhero, okay? But Batman is an ordinary person who develop not ordinary skills. So if Batman will tell me, look, I was like you, I was in a worse case than you because the Joker killed my parents when I was young, you know, and I was afraid of the dark and I fell into a cave and I was afraid of bats, but I taught myself to fly. Now I'm going to teach you. And he's going to teach me, then I'm going to feel connected to him, you know, I'm going to identify with him, like you said, that everyone fail, everyone falls. So I said, okay, this is a guy I would like to learn from. This is a guy I can identify with. So be Batman, not Superman. Tell about the success, but also tell about the lab hours, you know, and the struggle and the difficulties. Again, just through two things, not don't make up things.
Now, Yaniv, I know I can't wait to read the full book, the 21st Century Sales Bible, because to me, it doesn't matter that I've been in sales for 30 years or whatnot. We always are growing. And to grow, you have to learn. Now, can anybody become, I know the answer, but a lot of people don't like the answer. Can anybody become a great salesperson?
Yes, because today's sales for me, like I said, soft sale is be authentic, be the best version of you, learn some skills, learn some tools, and then only sell what you believe in. Okay, don't, for example, I don't work with companies who I don't share values with. If, for example, like Coca-Cola, I don't believe in drinking Coca-Cola. I think it's water with, it's poison with, you know, with sugar. So if Coca-Cola will say, well, Yaniv, come and consult to us how to increase the sales of Coca-Cola worldwide, then we'll say, I don't want to work with you because, you know, I don't feel comfortable with selling more of this poison to others. Okay, something like that. So, or for example, politicians, I work with politicians, I work with managers, I work with high tech, with low tech. So if I won't be comfortable working with someone, I won't work with him. So if you sell something, everyone can improve their sales abilities, marketing abilities, you know, public speaking abilities. And all the tools I teach in this book and my lectures and workshops and everywhere is just be yourself and practical tools that everyone can adapt. And the 21st Century Sales Bible is actually 10 commandments, 10 chapters. Each chapter is a commandment with many stories and many sub-chapters where I actually, let's say, explore case studies, and I provide many tools how to do it, how to do it on a regular basis. Okay, so everyone can adapt some tools and start using it and weakens their success.
Now, the 21st Century Sales Bible, the thing is, though, on, in the United States, I'm sure in Israel, people think when you hear the word sales, they think selling timeshare. They think used car sales. They think that guy that's out to not to solve any problems, but just out to get you. It's a stereotype because literally we're all in sales. I had to sell my ex-wife to go out on a date. I had to sell my first boss to hire me. We're always in sales. Sales, we always have to market ourselves. So over there, do you have that same? Do people go, oh my gosh, when they think of sales, they're like that you're out, you have the mustache and you're evil and you're trying to scam people?
I think there is basic assumption about almost everything today because you have basic assumptions on lawyers and about realtors and about mediators and about you know kids and about banks and about you know high tech companies and about cellular companies, insurance salesperson. You know, almost every occupation I will give you will have some basic assumption and not necessarily good about them. Okay, so it's the same about sales. Now I believe that I don't need to change, you know, all the salesperson worldwide. I don't need to change the image because if you think about something about people, then you think it. What I need to do is provide a positive example and be the best version of myself and teach others to be the same. And then by that, if you meet me and you have positive experience, then you think better about salesperson. Okay, so I can't change everyone. I can change myself. I can change my environment. I can change people. I can, you know, tell them, let's say, I have a good impact on others in my surrounding, and then the image of salesperson will be a little better.
Now, Yaniv, the when with the gosh, almost lost my train of thought. Oh, here I am. Here it is. You say that people need to be their authentic self.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest rules of sales. But we live in a time where everybody uses filters. Everybody lies on social media. Everybody wants to show that they're winning, hashtag winning, that they are rock stars, that they're amazing. So it's hard. I I mean, you have to be authentic. You have to be sincere because the customer, the prospect, the client will automatically, once they know that you're lying or that you're dishonest, you lost the sale. I don't care if you have the cure for cancer, but still, don't you find it hard for people these days to say, "Hey, look at me. This is who I really am," when they've been playing a character all these years on social media?
Challenging. Yeah, it's challenging. Every period is challenging in its own way. But I guess I think today we're taking this film in 2024. People have let's say fake radar or bullshit radar. They know when you tell bullshit and when you tell the truth. And by the way, there is a great tool in marketing. It's called social proof. Social proof is the difference between someone who says he's an expert but he's not, and someone who says an expert and he is. Because everyone, like you say, everyone will say, I'm great, I can do great job for you. You know, I haven't met a supplier or vendor that contacts with a client that tells him, well, I am mediocre, but please give me the job, okay? Let's gamble on me, okay? No, it doesn't work. Everyone will say in the job interview and when they meet clients that they are great. What is the difference? It's social proof. Why? Because if I would say about myself that I'm great and I'm very professional and I'm a great guy and people love me and my clients love me and I do a great job, then it doesn't sound objective. It sounds subjective because I'm talking about myself. So obviously I'm going to speak highly of myself. And if I will try to sell you a product and I'm a salesperson representing some company and I will tell you, well, this hat or this computer, you need to buy it, buy now. Then on the subconscious level, and I'm not taking it to the conscious level, but at the subconscious level, you will say, well, this guy is trying to sell me the computer because he sells computers. He probably get a commission or something like that. So obviously he's going to tell me good things about this computer. But if I will show you evidence, positive evidence, meaning social proof about the hat, about the computer, about myself, I will tell you, for example, this computer, I sold it to 40 countries in this 40 companies in this country alone. This computer is the most sold computer in the 2024. There are researchers about this computer that is very efficient. Do you know this guy and this guy and this guy? They bought computer for me. I use this computer, okay, etc. Then I'm not saying the computer is good. I'm showing you some evidence that provide you at the subconscious level that this computer is good. So again, I'm telling you stories and then you buy. So I think the difference, if you talk about social media, that everyone speak highly of themselves, the difference between one and another is about what you can show to your track record to clients. You can show them that you actually do what you do. No, you don't just talk about it.
Okay. Now, Yaniv, this is something. What would you tell someone that is just starting out? They have a newer business or they left whatever field. They're now a salesperson. It's going to be tough for a new business to talk about, proof of how great they are when they're a startup. What would you say to go around that? Tell a good origin story or
First of all, there are many tools, but I guess we are all wonderful. We all have achievements, including a formal life or formal occupation. For example, if I am a lawyer and I am 40 years old and I've been 20 years employee in a law firm, and now for the first time in my life I'm self-employed. Okay, so most people, they don't have confidence. They feel like they're just starting, but you don't just start. You already 20 years lawyer. So you can, when you are in a new business, you started your own law firm, you can tell stories about the days, about let's say cases you dealt with, even if you were an employee, it's okay. Even if you didn't bring the client, someone else brought the client, okay? So you can talk about this. So even if I'm 25 years old and I started my own company in 25 years old, so I already have some achievements when I was 15 years old, 20 years old, maybe an army, maybe some excellence in school, maybe excellence in university, maybe some letters of recommendation I got. maybe some volunteer activity, so I can tell this to the client, and then I gain their trust, okay? And another tool, if let's say I don't have any experience at all, a new market, new everything, I can sell the problem before I sell the solution. So meaning if I start the business and I would like to sell you something and I don't have track record yet, I can show you other clients, but if I talk to you and I'm positive that I can, you know, solve your problem, then I talk to you not about my solution, not about, you know, the code or the mechanism of my solution, or you know, the technical aspects. I will talk about you, the client, your problems, your needs, your pains, and then I will tell you, okay, I've got the perfect solution for you. You have problem 1, 2, 3. This product, this service of mine can solve it.
Well, another way too, also just go above and beyond. Just create raving fans. Your competitor, more than likely, who's more established, isn't going to give you a top quality service. But if you're there every step of the way, you follow up even after the sale, but not to follow up to say, hey, I want another sale, or do you have any referrals? What's mind blowing is people don't understand. Hey, Yaniv, I just called to tell you, how are you? How's your family? Yaniv,
Service, yeah. So service is a part of sales. You know, people think there is either service or sales. Many companies have a department, service department and sales department, but it's actually the same because there is a synergy between them. Because if I sell to you, I need to be more nice to you, right? I can't be, you know, ugly to you and tell you bad words or not smile and then say, you should buy this product. It doesn't work. So I need to be nice. So I need to have a great service. And also, if I provide good service, then I will sell more. There are many companies worldwide. I teach service people how to sell. Now they say, no, I don't sell. I just service. I just provide service. Just come to you bought it, the product. I come to your house and then I, you know, put the product in your house. And say, no. When you come to the client and you start, you know, let's say taking the product into his house and start putting it in his house, then the client feels secure. You don't sell to him. You are not a salesperson, you know, is without defense. You have much time, a lot of time with the client. Now it's a perfect time to tell the client about other products, about maybe find out when you go to his house that he has more needs that you can answer or something like that. So service person can do great sales, and salesperson, if they are good, they need to provide great service. It's a synergy.
well, not only is it synergy, but think about it. If the client is happy and he sees that you see him and you care about him and you don't see him just as a checking account, he's more than likely to get a second, third, fourth sale. And
Of
then he
course.
knows people. And Yaniv, you're amazing. Thank you for everything. Thank you for solving my problem. Of course, I'll give you referrals. Here, man, you did an excellent job. I think my next door neighbor would really love your services.
But by the way, I love referrals and I teach how to get referrals. I don't wait for clients to give me referrals. I ask for referrals. And for example, there are 4 steps that people need to pass before they buy for the first time. It's called know, like, trust mechanism. Know, like, trust, and then buy. So the first step is they need to know you. They need to know to actually exist in the market, that you are one of the options that they consider. And then because of that, you need social proof. You need the social networks. You know, you need to show yourself around, etc., that people will know you. Second step is they need to like you. Okay, what is like you? To have a special chemistry, special personal attention with you. Now they need to like you before they will buy for the first time, but they don't even need to meet you before that. For example, if they see a video of you on YouTube or some post on Facebook, on Instagram, they say, oh, I like this guy, you know, he has great thinking, I love the synergy, you know, they see a podcast, they see you in a lecture or something like that, so they haven't met you yet, they haven't, bought from you yet, they didn't got service from you yet, but they already feel they like you. So it's know, like, and then trust. So I say, okay, so I like this guy, but how can I know that he's an expert at what he does? And you know, for example, that everything he told me is true. Then enters social proof. Social proof meaning that I can see the track record, the previous clients, the previous things he did, and then I can trust him. And then only after I know the guy and know the supplier and like the supplier and trust the supplier, then I will buy from him. Now, referrals do the same mechanism, but they shorten the learning curve. Because, for example, if you tell your friend, you should definitely go to Dr. Yaniv Zaid, Dr. Persuasion is the best, a marketing consultant there is. If you open a business, go to Yaniv. Okay, now, this guy, your friend, let's call David, okay, he doesn't know me. Okay, he doesn't know, but he knows you. So, no like trust, he knows you, he likes you, he trusts you. So he'll say to himself, okay, if Omar recommended Yaniv, so probably Yaniv is good. So this guy David will call me, but when he calls, he already, most of the way of sales he already did, because not because of me, I didn't do anything till now, but because Omar recommended. So referrals, you create the mechanism of know like trust to other people. This is why our clients need to be our best ambassadors. And like you mentioned, if I provide personal attention to clients, they will more likely be ambassadors for me.
Now, when it comes to the soft sell and storytelling, should it be scripted? Like, should the salesperson know like one very good story that everybody can relate to, or should they have a couple different ones depending on the client or the situation?
First of all, it depends. First of all, I always recommend few stories that they can, or also just true
Of
stories.
course, yeah.
Don't fake, not fake stories. I told you people have fake radars, so only good stories. You can't be, if you try to, to copy someone else and tell their stories, it doesn't work. The universe doesn't make you, profitable out of this kind of behavior. So you need to be very authentic. And people detect it. So a few stories, and then you can pick story according to your target audience, according to your target client. In companies of many salesperson, usually I provide, if I write a script for them, then I provide some basic stories or some stories that everyone can relate to. But if you're talking about one-on-one, or if you have a small medium business and you do the sales, or maybe you have 2-3 employees who do the sales, then you don't need to have a script, of 20 pages. You just need to show some basic stories. And usually, most of the conversation is not what I planned. It's about the client. I need to listen to the client. We talk about listening. I need to, to identify what are the problems, what are the needs, what are their, pains. And then I can talk to them and tell stories about my product and service as a answer to their needs, or as a solution to their problems.
Now, Yaniv, here every sales guru, sales coach, every corporate sales guy will tell you you have to follow up 6 to 8 times till you finally get the sale. But to me, 6 to 8 times is if you're not building rapport. You're just doing the pitch over and over, and maybe writing on something else 6 to 8 times. Now, your soft sell approach, it might seem like it'll take longer, but it would actually take less than the 6 to 8 touches, correct?
Yeah. My approach, you don't need 6 to 8 times. By the way, 6 to 8 times, it doesn't mean I need to call you by phone 6 to 8 times, okay? I can, for example, put you on my mailing list, and each time you get the email from me, okay, a newsletter from me, then it's countable. It's okay. It's one of the times. So, for example, you talk to me, and then you ask for a price quote, and I gave you, and I took your email and I put it to you on my mailing list, and you start getting newsletters from me. So each time you get a newsletter, let's say once a week, twice a week, it's accountable for this time. So after 1 month, you already, got eight reminders from me. So it doesn't mean I need to call you all the time. Hi, Omar, how are you? Next day, hi, Omar, how are you? Next day, hi, Omar, congratulations. I heard you have a birthday. Hi, Omar, great 4th of July or something like that, because you already got 200 people telling you happy birthday and 200 people telling you happy holidays. So I need to be different. So first of all, my approach is, you don't need to have so many follow-ups, but you need to have quality follow-ups. And for me, quality follow-up is what I call RTC, reason to call. Reason to call meaning that my follow-up is not just, hi Omar, did you get my price quote? Did you went over it? So can we move forward or something like that, okay? Because by the way, it's better than not having follow-up at all. So it's better than just sending you price quote and don't check whatever and say, well, Omar, if Omar will want, he will contact me back. No, I need to follow up. But so it's better, bad follow-up is better than no follow-up. But my suggestion is that do a quality follow-up. A good follow-up is a reason to call RTC. And what I say is, hi Omar, I thought about you because, on our meeting last week, we discussed about something about regulation in our area. And yesterday there was a show that mentioned exactly what we mentioned. Or yesterday on the news, I saw that the government is, promoting a new law that is going to reflect on our businesses. So I will send you a link for these articles, or I will send you a link for the show I saw yesterday, something like that. This is one example. Other example, I can say, for example, hi Omar, the reason I call is because I'm doing some conference for my clients, and you're not yet my clients, but you are. I would like you to be there because I'm going to talk about many things, many new aspects in our department. Or for example, hi Omar, I thought about you because there is someone I would like you to meet, because we talked about, you told me the need that you need 1, 2, 3, and yesterday I met a guy, and he's doing this exactly what you asked for, so maybe I will do the connection. And I can keep with more examples, but what I mean is by reason to call is that the reason I called you, okay, why it's good follow-up, because the reason I called you is not to take something from you. It's not, what about my price quote, when you're going to start paying me, okay, or something like that. I called you to give you something, to give you connection, to give you information, to give you a compliment about some post you post on Facebook that I read and I would like to compliment about, or something like that. So I would like to give you something, and then the conversation is a different conversation. And then after we talk a little bit about the conference, the invite, the connection, whatever, I can ask you on the way, what about the price quote? Did you have time to go over it, or something like that? And then it's a soft sale. It's not pushy. It's not, you don't feel like you're a number. You feel like you're a person. And then I also, at the subconscious level, I pass you the information that, I think about you. I remember what you told me. I remember your needs. I made the time to approach you. So this is good for sales.
Oh, completely good. Because some of the things I was trained is, no, you have to call your 6 to 8 touches every day. Now, tell me that's not pushy.
Yeah.
And each day it's like you're pushing more and more and more. And then you have to tell yourself, I'm only doing this because I'm here to help the client. You're really not helping the client. You're pushing, and you keep on pushing because you're hoping to break down the client or the prospect to finally say yes. So you're not really actually concerned about the needs or the problem. You're more concerned about checking your bank account when the
Yeah.
commission.
And the client gets it. They get it. They get it, and they feel it. And again, you need to be authentic. And if you're talking about you and not about me, that I can feel it. So I think that maybe the number one principle in sales is love your clients. Love your clients, because if you love your clients, they will love you back. By the way, I also help lecturers. I provide lectures and build lectures with them and help them to sell the lectures. And I say all the time, love your audience. If you love your audience, they will love you back. If you will be angry of your audience, will be upset, they will be upset also. So if you love your clients and you love what you do, and you have a purpose in life and a meaning, and your why, why you sell those products and services, not because someone told you and gave you, some numbers to at the end of the month, but because you actually think that this product or service will improve client's life, okay, then you have the energy all day to continue talking about the products and be energetic, and also be true, be authentic.
Not only be authentic, but I mean, just to call someone up and push a product that you don't even care if the client, the prospect needs it, but you need to sell. So you're like, just buy. It's like, yes, I know you don't have any feet, but I need you to buy these shoes. It
Yeah.
makes zero sense. But a lot of people, when it comes to sales, because their boss or the head of sales says we need to sell this, we need to hit this number. So that's when clearly they're not going to listen to the
Yeah.
prospect. They're not going to listen to the client. No, you need to buy. Why? Well, if they're authentic, because somebody told me I needed to sell 20 per day, but no, and it comes out as so insincere, and it actually, like what you said, it really makes it harder because we've all been pitched by everybody a million times. You can tell when somebody's being sincere, insincere, or does this salesperson really want to solve a problem for me, or do they really want just to get a sale?
Yeah, we're talking about, I think in sales we run marathons. You know, it's long-term relationships with clients. So if you would just sell someone something to someone that he doesn't need, then they won't buy from you again. And like we said, the best clients are the clients that coming back all the time, that you can upsell them and cross-sell them. You know, they bought something, you can offer them something else. Or similar products, more similar products, or some products that or services to complete what they bought. So the best clients are the ones that's coming back, and they are good ambassadors for you, and they talk about you, and they bring you their family and friends. And the only way to do it, especially in 2024, is a long-term relationship. Is again is telling only through things. Is really love the clients, really care for the client, really hear the client, listen to the client, identify the problems, and then selling only products and services that they can help the client, and there will be a solution for the client's problems. This is the only way to do it. Any other way you can do it, but it won't work for a long time. You know, you can fool people once, you can't fool them twice, and you can't fool everyone.
No, Yaniv, with your book, The 21st Century Sales Bible, just by the title, I can tell there's got to be social media marketing, right?
Yeah,
Put yourself out there.
yeah. You need to put yourself out there, and again, also social media. You need to pick. There are dozens of social medias relevant. You know, so you need to pick the ones you feel comfortable with. If, for example, you can, if you love writing, you can just write. You don't need to deliver videos. If you love filming yourself, then be on, you know, on YouTube and TikTok and all the time show videos. So you need to pick whatever you need. And also the amount. People say to you once a week, once a day, picture something, you know, if you're on vacation, photo something. Again, everyone should pick their own rhythm. You need to do whatever feels right for you, because again, if you do things just because someone else do it, you know, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So you need to be authentic, but you need to put yourself out there, because if you put yourself in front of clients, in front of audience, then you grow your community. More people will know you. We talked about the 4 steps. First step is to know you. So I need to know you to be in the game, that if I need this product, I will call you as well. So put yourself out there, and you know, get out of your comfort zone if you don't feel comfortable being on social media. And maybe the biggest reason is your clients is on social media. So if your clients is on social media, then you need to be there too. But you can also do it offline, not just online, with lectures and networking, etc.
Well, something that people don't understand too is when they are in sales or they own a small business and they're trying to sell their product. When it comes to social media, when it comes to marketing, give give out information, be
Yeah,
in service. Don't just say, "Oh, buy from me, buy from me." That's the biggest mistake. People think that, well, if I give out free information, they're not going to buy from me, which is the furthest from the truth.
yeah,
If somebody told me a video on YouTube, or they did a reel on how to service an AC or how to replace an AC, those businesses that actually do that are more successful. Most people, I can see that. I'm not going to do it. If I watch a video on how to replace a transmission on a car, I'm going to hire them. I'm not going to be like,
yeah,
oh, I already know how to do that now. Thank you. But people always have it the other way around. Instead of giving out free information instead about being funny, instead about being humorous, instead about why do we need to know you? Tell us why you're an expert. Tell us why you're in sales. Tell us why you're into public speaking. A good origin story. Avengers, Superman, all those, they always have to do an origin story because people like to hear origin stories. But yet on social media, hi, buy from me. And they do videos, buy from me. Tomorrow we have a sale, buy from me. And that's it. And then they'll go, Yaniv, I've tried social media. It doesn't work. Yeah, clearly it doesn't work because there's no message.
Yeah, I think you need to maintain balance, you know, because you need call to action in sales. Okay,
Of
you need
course.
to say buy from me, but is to establish the long-term relationship, you need to create content and you need to provide lots of free content on many on many platforms and many social medias. So, for example, we talked about again know, like, trust, buy mechanism. So, how can I know you unless I won't see you on social media? How can I trust you if you don't show me success, if you don't write an article or film a movie to explain practical tips for me? Then I say, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Okay, how can I trust you? How can I like you if the only encounter we have is just buy? No, I need to hear stories. I need to get more in touch with you. I need to identify with you. So all you mentioned is great because this is how I make people identify with me, getting to know me, even on a personal level. By the way, if you talk about your kids, so let's say on the practical matter, or it's on the conscious level, it doesn't have anything to do with your business, right? But on the subconscious level, I say, well, he's talking about his kids, so he's a family man, so he have values, you know, so he cares about people, so he's honest. So he's here. He's not going to run anywhere. Maybe if he's single, he can take my money and run because he will get a job elsewhere in a second. But now, no, he's established in the community. He has a family. So you talk about your kids. On the face of the earth, it doesn't have a connection to your business, but actually it does. So if I get to know you and I like you and I trust you, then I more probably will buy from you.
Branding. Isn't it the number one thing? Branding makes everything go wrong. When you say that, it makes you the family here in the United States. I don't know how it is in Israel, but car companies, used car salesmen and new cars, they always have their children. And people would ask me, well, what's the point? The point is I want to buy from that guy. He's not going to screw me over. He knows I'm a family man. He's a family man. He has his grandkids on. He's got his wife. He's got his sons and daughters. It's a family business. It humanizes the most unhuman things, that the things that people hate. The attorneys, they will do the same thing. One, they'll be like, a personal injury, I can get you, and all the people holding the big checks. But then they'll also, I decided to do this because, well, here's my daughter, here's my 5-year-old daughter, because it shows. And the 20 years, that I was a sales, I owned my own business, 5 locations. I would always post after social media, because before, people don't understand how easy it is to market, how to brand yourself. Back then, you had to spend all this money to get like a 1% return back. Spend a lot of money. And if you got a 2% return, you would feel like you were Gail Gadot or Hugh Hefner or somebody big. But now with social media, marketing and branding, you can condense time. And the power of social media and the power of sales and the power of marketing, to me, people don't do it. And it shows, because the numbers of companies going bankrupt is still the same, because they don't see all these things as tools. to help themselves.
It's all connected, you know, marketing, sales, service, branding, it's all connected. And when people hear branding, they immediately think, you know, logos, you know, and how my website, you know, graphic of the websites or something like that, or Fortune 500 companies, stuff like that. But no, branding, even if you're small, medium businesses, even if you're one person, you're one-stop shop, one person, then branding is everything. Branding is the way you approach your clients. Branding is a service. Branding is what people think about you. You know, branding is your reputation. It's all branding. Not, you know, I know some very successful businesses who don't even have a social media accounts most of the time, or they have website that they built 10 years ago. It's not, you know, they haven't renewed it or something like that. If you are good at what you do, and you love your work, you love your clients, and you do, you know, you do follow-ups, you do lectures, you do networking, you don't even need to have much online in order to get lots of clients. So we're talking about the optimal situation is to have both offline and online marketing. But if you do it good, then you don't need to have so many tools. And by the way, if you don't provide, you know, a good service, for example, then it doesn't help whatever marketing and sales you will do, because all the time you will get clients, and then you will do one time, they won't be happy, they won't come back. So like we said, the good businesses, the good companies, you know, even the Fortune 500 companies is the ones that clients keep coming back, talking about you, making a viral marketing for you. They talk about you, so they bring more clients. Okay, well, they always, the client becomes your best salesperson. Okay, because if I take a salesperson for my business, I need to pay him salary, I need to give him a car, I need to give him a phone, I need to give him, you know, deadline, and I need to supervise him, to manage him, etc. And when he comes to a client, it doesn't sound objective, it sounds subjective because he's a salesperson of the company. But if one client tells another client about my products, then it costs me nothing. Okay, and it sounds more objective because client is telling other client, not my salesperson. So it always good for businesses to have a bunch of, you know, an army of ambassadors, of clients that are very satisfied and talking about you. This is the best branding, not your logo. No, this is the best brand that you can have.
So create raving fans.
Yeah, raving fans. By the way, fans is the accurate word, because it's not just about community. Client comes and goes, okay, but fans stay. You know, for example, I have a football group, football club in Israel. It's Maccabi Haifa. It's one of the biggest teams in Europe in football. So I am a fan. So I'm a fan all my life. It doesn't matter if we are in the first division or second division, or if we reach Champions League or just European League. It doesn't matter. Okay, I love my team, so I support my team. So in business, you try to have this kind of loyalty like we have in sport, because in sport, if you enjoy one team, you don't switch, you don't say, okay, now this team is lousy this year, then I'm going to be a fan of another team. No, you stay with your team. So this is what we want our clients to do, to stay with us, even in bad times, even if there is a recession or war or COVID or something like that, or even if we are in a bad shape, they're in a bad shape, still they stick to us. And the only reason they do it is because they like us, they trust us, we helped them before, we helped their friends, and we are greatest, you know, storytellers, and our products is good, but also our marketing is good.
I always tell people, create raving fans, because during the good times, during the bad times, especially the bad times, they're the ones that are going to keep you afloat. I mean, being a business owner for 20 years, I had to go through Corona. I had to go through a couple economic down cycles. And yes, your numbers go down. But if you keep your fan base happy, you keep them raving fans, they're there for you.
Yeah.
And that comes about by not screwing over people, by being your authentic self, by not lying, and to me, sales by definition is win-win. But a lot of times people just manipulate. It's when it's only win, lose, or win. I don't care if you lose, win, break even. That's called manipulation to me.
Yeah. And this is, we talked about the image of salesperson. What you mentioned is many, let's say, bad salesperson or doing it the wrong way. They create lots of people that are very disappointed from sales and marketing. and it creates difficulties for everyone else. But if you hear us and you be the best version of yourself, and you sell only good things, you sell. By the way, for example, I saw the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, okay, with Leonardo DiCaprio a few years ago. And obviously he sold crappy stocks, crappy companies, and he lied to people, etc. But his scripts, marketing scripts, and the things he told his employees every Monday morning or something like that, were very inspiring. So I said, well, you should take those scripts, and those sentences, and if you have actual a product that helps people, okay, then you need to take those sentences and buy and sell good products, because he took good marketing and sold crappy products, okay, that he knew won't help. So again, the system is good if you use it in the good way,
Oh, yeah, of course. I tell people all the time what Jordan Belfort did, and it's also hard to sell penny stocks.
Yeah.
People think what he did was horrible, but what he was selling, he was so good at it because yes, the movie. And one of the other things that I tell people, one of the greatest quotes Jordan Belfort ever said, which is true, what standing away from you and your success is the bullshit story you tell yourself every day.
Yeah.
Which is true. Well, Yaniv, I have to ask you, where do people get the 21st Century Sales Bible? Because either your prospects are selling you why they can't buy from you or why they don't want to buy from you, or you are closing and you are selling, you're solving their issues, and you're getting paid at the same time.
Yeah, so first of all, the 21st Century Sales Bible is a worldwide book. I already translated it to 10 languages, and it's including Russia, China, India, Vietnam, etc. But you can find it also in the United States and Canada on bookstores. You can find it online. Check 21st Century Sales Bible. Check Yaniv Zaid, YANIV ZAID, in all of the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. And you can also check my website, my English website. It's drpersuasion.com, drpersuasion.com. So you can check my website. You will find many articles there, many videos, and you can reach me out at Yaniv@yanivzaid.com in my email, and I will answer any question you may have.
Now, Yaniv, do you do like group coaching for
Yeah.
small businesses too?
Yeah, I do one-on-one coaching and consulting one-on-one. I do group coaching and consulting. I have workshops for managers, for self-employed, for employees, for small and medium businesses. I consult to 500 Fortune 500 companies, and also to small medium businesses, to startups, high tech, low tech, whatever. If you would like to increase your income, to build your professional authority, to improve your sales capabilities, your public speaking capabilities, then you need to approach me, and we'll talk and we'll see what are your needs, and I will be happy to help.
And Dr. Yaniv Zaid would want to help you because clearly he's speaking to me 4th of July. It's only 7:50 right now. Well, whatever time you hear this, but it's like 2 a.m.
3 a.m. now.
3 a.m. I'm bad at math, man.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get into sales, because my degree in communication was
But
very
if you love, Omar, if you love what you do, I don't care about the hour, because for me, I provide knowledge, I provide value for people, so I don't care what is the hour now, and what is important for me is to reach as many people as possible worldwide, provide tools, and show them that you can actually do sales in honest way, and authentic way, and positive way, and very efficient way. This is the most efficient way. And by increasing your income, you will increase the quality of your life.
Well, the one thing, I mean, you went the exact opposite way. Clearly, because I mean, if you read any of Grant Cardone's books on how to sell, it's the actual opposite approach. I mean, I think if we had a debate, I'd be the moderator and you two guys would go at it. But I know both approaches, and with your approach, you don't have to take a shower afterwards because you know
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did
Exactly, exactly.
exactly
The tools may be the same, but I think how do you use it? You know, you
the
can take a car.
approach, the
Yeah,
approach.
yeah, the approach. You can take a car. You can drive someone from place to place, drive, you know, all people to place to place, and you can hit someone with your car. So the car is there, but what you do with the car? So the tools, you know, how the human brain works, you know, is the same subconscious level, you know, or all the call to action. It's good call to action. It's good social proof. It's the question is what you do with it, and what are your intentions, and why is your what is your why? You know, why do you do what you do? Why you sell those specific products? Why? How can you help people? And if you focus on your clients, not about yourself, then you will sell more.
And Yaniv, I've got one final question for you.
Yeah.
What do you have to words of wisdom for that one person? I don't know, man. I keep on getting sales just isn't for me. I tried 4, 5, 6 different companies. I get fired. I can't close deals. I tried small business, but I can't sell. What words of advice do you have for person?
Everyone sell, everyone market. You know, if you are married, then you sold yourself at least one time. You know, you sell to your kids all the time. You sell to your wife. You sell to your family. You sell things. So if someone will say to me, I'm not good at sales, then I will say to him, it depends what you sell. Okay, so pick product or services or ideas you believe in. Okay, and sell it only to the target audience that it's relevant for them, and do it only in your authentic way. Only out of the hundreds tools I teach, pick only the ones that are appropriate for you and you feel comfortable with them, and use only those tools. So if you sell something that you feel good and you do it in a good way and appropriate way for you, then you will be a great salesperson. So it's just maybe you didn't have good experience, maybe you didn't market the right product. Maybe you had the wrong bosses. Maybe they taught you something that you didn't feel like it's you, but you need to find your way. And everyone sells, you just maybe don't call it. You know, I also teach in the academy. I also have a PhD, and I teach in some universities in Israel and abroad. And you know, in university, if you say that you're a salesperson, they treat you like you say, you know, you're killing people, something like that. You know, but actually, universities do sales and marketing the same. What is a second degree and third degree? It's upsell. Okay, you know, you finish one degree, now they sell you the second degree. Okay, and what is a scholarship? Scholarship is a discount. You know, they say, well, you are, you know, excellent at school, so you have 20% off the next year. They actually gave you a discount, right? But it's called a scholarship. It's the same thing. The principle is the same. But if you tell them you are also in sales, no, we are not in sales. We are academic institution. We are very honorable. No, sales is honorable as well. It just depends how you use it.
Well, there's 2,000 other schools they have to compete
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
So exactly.
exactly,
That
exactly.
is sales, brother. Completely. Now, thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you for your knowledge.
Thank you very much, Omar. It was a pleasure talking to you. Again, I listened to your podcast, many of your chapters, and I love it. So I highly recommend your podcast. And also, I will share this interview with my community. And again, I urge you, if you listen to us and you would like to increase your sales and increase your income, please talk to me. Yaniv at yanivzaid.com, dryanivzaid.com, my website, and 21st Century Bible, the book in your bookstores. Buy it and read it, implement it, and you will witness your success.
Thank you, brother. Shalom.
Thank you, Omar.